Throughout the divorce process, I end up being isolated from someone and say, hey, I'm not really sure about this, or I think I'm making a mistake. I couldn't. I've told stories before about how he had been a drug dealer before, he had been shot, he had been stabbed, all of this crazy stuff that to me was just the most fascinating thing in the world. Affair begins while I'm in a relationship with Anthony. It continues on. Mind you, he is my boss and Anthony's boss.
But a vast majority of the good men out there who don't have any, they're just doing life.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. I'm not going to hold you. Let's get right into it.
Back to the story about my ratchet life and how I cheated on my husband, married our boss, and now I'm currently going through a divorce from the boss, and I'm having my second husband's baby.
What? She said from my husband to my boss, now I'm getting divorced.
So the story left off where Anthony and I, the guy that I met when I was 7, second husband, childhood sweetheart, are divorced. So throughout our divorce wasn't nasty like he's fighting I'm fighting. Our divorce was like I was fighting. I was just I said a lot of really things about Anthony. I said a lot of things about Anthony that were not true. Mind you now, unnamed boss had a really big hand in how I handled my divorce.
Why is this okay? Man, this shouldn't be okay, guys. This shouldn't. Divorce now is just, especially with a woman, it's just, it's like changing your sneakers.
Like a girl changes clothes.
18 years older than me, very influential, very convincing. This is my opinion. Very just this is what you need to do, writing things for me rewriting them in my handwriting, things like that. Okay. Throughout the divorce process, I end up being isolated from my family. My family did not support what I was doing whatsoever. Anthony's family was still here in Virginia, but Ob's did not support it.
What did you expect?
Literally isolated from all of our friends, my family, they didn't support what I was
The family probably is real old school. That's what happened.
doing. And if they didn't support what I was doing, I had to cut them off. So I didn't really have any support. Literally the only person that I had was unnamed boss. So he was my only sounding board. He was my only place for advice. He was my only place if I was going to say, I don't know if I want to do this, or I don't know if I had nobody to say it to. Unnamed boss, it is my opinion that the entire last 10 years, or our entire relationship, that everything that I've done has been recorded, whether it be on audio recordings from my car, video recordings, cameras all over our house. If I even wanted to have a conversation where I would call someone and say, hey, I'm not really sure about this, or I think I'm making a mistake, I couldn't. I couldn't, is my opinion, because of the backlash that I would get from that. And it was just a really weird situation, a very weird dynamic in the relationship. And I think it had a lot to do because of the age, and because I had been so sheltered. I saw this person as I almost idolized this person because he had lived this life. He told me stories and has told stories before about how he had been a drug dealer before, he had been shot, he had been stabbed.
I mean, who says that bad boys are not nice?
Isn't that the definition of the word?
No. Bad boys could do bad things to other people, and as a girl that's with him, it's fun.
So he's bad, but just not bad to you.
Yes, that's what makes it fun.
All of this crazy stuff that to me was just the most fascinating thing in the world. I'd never met anyone like that.
What makes nice guys boring?
They're a little too safe, even though they're probably the right option. Maybe girls want to be with something a little crazy for a little while until they're ready to settle down.
So I don't know why, but I literally believed everything that he said. I feel like a effing idiot, EFFFFFING, effing idiot. But I did it. So our divorce was, it was rough. It was very rough. And I regret a lot of the things that I said and did.
So he caught her when she was young, took advantage of her fragile mind, right? Very easy to influence. Gave it a mystery. He created a aura around himself, right? I used to be a drug dealer. Just from that alone, she's young and dumb, not realizing the guy probably wasn't a drug dealer. Fell for it and got her. But guys, there's more. She has more to talk about.
I cheated and now I'm trying to get a divorce. Let's get ready and talk about it. I posted a video yesterday talking about my second settlement attempt in court, and people are a little bit confused, which rightfully so. But the ones that I want to address today are the ones that are like, you're an adulterer. Well, duh, Deborah. Duh. I've been saying that now for what, a year and a half? Only make 3-minute videos, so I'm going to try to help you in these 3 minutes as quickly as possible. But just so that we can make it clear, Anthony, the man that you see in my videos, if the other guys in my videos, it's only because I didn't know and I couldn't find it to delete it. But Anthony and I have known each other since we were 7 and 10 years old. We got married when we were like 19 and 22. The company that we were working at the time we got married, our boss was 18 years older than me, started text messaging me on my personal cell phone, asking me about whether or not I had any toys. I've been homeschooled. I didn't even know what that crap was. Grew up in a very religious household. So what does boss do? Boss decides to teach me about it.
But like, I guess with a little bit of spice, if that makes sense.
Tell me a little bit more about spice.
I don't know, like something out of the ordinary.
Affair begins while I'm in a relationship with Anthony. It continues on. Mind you, he is my boss and Anthony's boss.
She belongs to the street.
Man, so I understand she's young, right? Why did you even entertain it? You have a man. Why are you entertaining it?
Something out of the ordinary or something that's very eccentric.
This is the problem with a lot of women's minds. She's all over the place.
During this time, Anthony and I end up having a baby, our daughter Penelope, who is now 13. She is biologically Anthony's daughter. She has been DNA tested, so don't even bring me. I just want to remind you, this is a short version of the story. On my TikTok, there's a playlist titled New Here. It's like 20 videos. It has the entire story.
So proud.
Okay, so me and Anthony have a baby. Remember, Anthony and I have known each other since we were 7 and 10 years old. We started dry humping and touching each other's private parts when we were like 9 and 11.
Okay.
We got in big trouble for it. We weren't allowed to talk for a couple years. But boss convinced me that Anthony did something criminal. Anthony and I divorce. 3 years later, almost 3 years later, I end up marrying the boss.
Why am I not surprised?
The boss and I, like a few years after that, end up having a child together, son Huxley, who is 7. Then years after that, I file for divorce from boss. The one I'm trying to divorce right now, filed for divorce in December of 2021. Anthony and I got back together in January of 2022. We then started doing adult things, and then we had this baby together, baby Anthony. My divorce is taking so long right now because custody trying to get sorted out. He basically told the court that because Anthony and I were dry humping back when we were 9 and 11, it somehow makes us criminal and I shouldn't be allowed to be a mother. However, the courts have determined after their evaluation that we were of similar age and psychological development and that no wrongdoing or criminal activity occurred. So yes, Deborah, I did commit adultery when I cheated on Anthony with the boss.
This is the way.
Yes, Deborah, I'm obviously having sex with Anthony nightly while I'm still legally married and trying to get divorced.
You see that smile right there? She's loving every minute of it.
Crazy, I swear I don't love the drama. It loves me.
She's happy to be popular on TikTok. Guys, she's ecstatic right now. Right? And women love stories. That's what gets a woman's mind, right? They love having action in their life. They actually appreciate this action in her life. Of course, I'm not going to say she's just excited to have that happen. But she is. Because she's not bored. Right? Women want drama and themes and characters and plays. Something guys aren't going for. And this shows you clearly why guys don't want to deal with women in the West. And let me explain. That husband, probably a lot of money, he's been playing settlement out the yin-yang, depending on which state, for the rest of her life.
It's another 10 grand in child support payments.
And she's going to get it too. He doesn't want to give it. He's probably trying to fight her tooth and nail, but he's going to have to give it. Because that's what they do. We're going to the next video.
Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you?
Gym, working, taking care of responsibilities and priorities. Possibly building businesses, trying to leave behind a legacy, building the life that they want so they can establish the future necessary.
Exactly!
And some of them are even so lost that they're kind of just trying to figure out what to do with their life. But a vast majority of the good men out there who don't have any, They're just doing life.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're trying to do everything possible that they can in order to have a better quality of life so that way they can have the future that they desire. And I would bet that every day that you go out, you probably pass one of those dudes. But they in their lane, with their head down, minding their business.
And that's so true, man. That's what guys are doing. And now, guys are minding their business and going their own way. You have a new string of guys that are saying, you know what? They're completely done. But this sister's completely right? Guys have had no choice. When guys deal with women, and women say, you know, guys don't approach me anymore, but then wouldn't know how to identify the guys that are high value, wouldn't know how to identify the guys or put themselves out there to get approached because they're so standoffish, right? You go to a gym, look at a girl, oh, he's looking at me. You looking at the girl to help her. So what do guys do?
They don't need no help.
Guys at the gym exercising like this.
I walk with a drip, making these so snap.
Craziness. And women say, I'm out here, I'm in New York, and I'm in this state. Guys not approaching. Why would guys not approach? Do you look up? Are you approachable? Think about it. Really. But guys have figured it out. Have did what this woman is saying here.
Grinding and doing their thing because they don't want to waste time or play games. And I would say a vast majority are probably waiting to find the right quality of woman to invest into. Because, like I said, they're tired of games. And the only way to find one is to be different from the majority.
And realize I need to focus on myself, work on my purpose, because I see there's more to life than dealing with this.
This is the way.